literally just looked at my Instagram. Did you see Lorna's announcement?
Did she announce Fit Model?
Well, she didn't announce Fit Model. She said a new era is coming. And
So
everyone's like, Fit Model.
probably. I mean, maybe figure.
Yeah, yeah. I king bet on it. It is probably figure, I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah, it
love
says
when
end. It says end of an era, the pro bikini era. I mean, she's going Fit Model for sure.
yeah, for sure.
How would that
100%.
have worked if she? So I mean, I don't think you or I will have the answer to this, but I wonder if she had won Ben Weider and qualified for the Olympia, if she could have switched to Fit Model and done Fit Model Olympia. Can you do that?
No, I don't think
No.
you can even do that. Because remember, like, for example, like any Mr. Olympia that has wanted to switch and do a different like category has always had to qualify.
That's true. That's true.
So like Missy
Yeah.
Trescott comes to mind. Like she did
Yeah.
figure shows and then like
All the 212 guys that ended up in the open
yeah, and then
that
like
won, like, yeah.
and stuff, like
Yeah.
or whatever however
Okay.
you
That,
pronounce
yeah,
his
yeah,
name.
that makes
So I
sense.
was like, I don't think I doubt it, but I think
Yeah.
because she probably didn't win, she's probably like, right, let's try something new. I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's been in her head too. Maybe she wanted
Yeah.
to, like, I could assume she maybe wanted to go out on top of winning Ben Weider for bikini and then announce it. But regardless, I think that, I mean, she already hits that stallion pose in her routine. Like, just have at it. She has a good look for bikini or Fit Model. So it'll be good
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, it'll be definitely good. So, welcome back, guys. This is the last podcast of show day reviews before the season ends. Because
Yep.
after this, there's no more shows. No more shows until February.
Yeah, pro shows, yeah.
God,
Yep. And we
that's
have
crazy.
nothing like really fun to announce in January. Like this past year, January held the very first Fit Model regional show. So that would have been a
Mm.
talking point, but nothing new this year. January's not going to hold a whole lot. So
No, there isn't. And I mean, that's fine. It's nice to have a little
Mhm.
break anyway, you know,
Yes,
like
it
it's
is. It
nice to have a
is.
little bit of a relaxing time. So, okay, let's get into
Just gonna
to
sit my seat and lock it here so I don't like go out of focus. There we go.
yeah, because you go whoop, look, because mine
I
does the
know.
same, and you disappear. Okay, so thank you as always, John. John's been absolutely killing it at the moment.
Oh, he
Like
kills it with all this content. It's great.
I'm loving it. I literally have gone on and I'm like, oh, it's already all there. Perfect. Because that's what I was thinking. Right now is Tuesday morning for me and your Monday evening. I was a bit worried, like, oh, hopefully the lists will be out by then. But perfect, they are. They definitely
If
are.
they weren't out,
So
John would have had it somehow. So
yeah, I would just message him and be like, hey, do you have the list? Let's go through the show. So this was obviously Battle of the
it was
Bay.
a good show. Yeah.
It was a good showing. It was a very good show. Um, Here in first call outs, you've got kind of all the girls that we mentioned. You've got Lacey here.
Yep. Lacey, Eureka, Tara, Ashley,
Yeah.
Yulia. I can't see the two to the left. There's a
The
little
pro
blurred.
the that the oh my God, I don't the one that we couldn't pronounce her name. I don't know why we can't.
Irene's in the purple, right?
Yeah, no. Irene's here in the red, and then
Red, purple. That it looks
Tiana's
like purple
here.
to me. But yes, yeah,
This is the
Tiana.
the new pro that we were speaking of.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I can't
It begins
remember.
with an A,
Mhm.
Alicia, maybe.
Yeah, something
Um,
like that. But yes, okay.
But yeah, so this is the first call out. So you got what? How many? Four
Eight,
here.
four,
Eight.
five,
Yeah.
one, two,
Big
three.
call
Yeah,
out. Big
yeah.
call
It was
out.
a good sized show too. There were what 20 plus in it, so it's a good end of the year. Well, I mean, there's still Argentina this weekend, but good close to end of the year show or last
Well,
American show.
yeah, I was gonna say last kind of American shows, and then they obviously, from what it looks like, they did obviously a top four callback. So then you've got Tara, Ashley, Julia, and Irene, which that's really cool for Irene because obviously she's come
Yeah,
from Spain, I think, or
yeah.
from Europe. So that's pretty cool. Um, I think the photos just came out today.
Are you telling
Hours
me that you
ago.
would call Irene's suit red right there? That's red.
This is red. That is red.
Okay. So comment below
What?
what color that is, please. I
What?
would never. I would never call that
These two
red.
are purple. That's purple.
No, that is blue. Yulia's in blue. That's purple. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I was actually going to
Julia,
mention.
please let me know what suit
So I
color
was
you
gonna men
chose.
I was gonna mention Tiana actually like kind of slightly. I'm pretty sure she slightly changed her suit color, and I was like, oh, I actually really
Mm.
like her in the blue. Like the blue looks really nice. Like, look, you can see here.
Yeah, what?
That's
That's like a
that's purple. That's
no
blue.
way, no way.
That's
That is a blue
purple.
and that's teal. That
Oh my God. That's
having our we're
100%
having our first
purple.
podcast fight. Oh no.
Over fucking bikinis. That's purple and that's blue. I swear.
I'll just let you. I
What
want
do you call
everyone
Laura Lee's
listening to
suit
this.
then? You know
What
when
one?
Laura Lee's suit,
It's
the one she
blue.
won. No, that's purple. That's purple. Do you know what would actually probably sort this out? I'm gonna figure out what suit that actually is, and then we'll find the
Mm,
name.
yeah,
I'm sure they
yeah.
probably do call that teal, which I do think that is a form of blue.
No, teal is a form of blue for
Yeah.
sure, but the one on the left is just regular blue. I would never call that
That's
purple.
purple. That's purple. What the fuck do you call purple then?
Purple?
Do you think
None
this
of
is
these are
purple?
purple. I don't think any of these are purple.
This like bar, this like barrier.
That looks purple. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, comment down below. Who's right, Phoebe or Corey?
So to start
And
this off, Ashley looks insane. Ashley looked amazing. This was one of her best showings ever.
yeah,
Like
oh,
this was such a good
100%.
look.
She overall looks like the perfect conditioning, I
Yeah.
think, 100%. Um, and I think she definitely looks way better than the Olympia, 100%.
Yeah. This is a
Um,
really, really good look. Very
mm.
good. This is
And we'll
pushing
go,
winning the Olympia this year if she brought this to the Olympia.
yeah. I mean, all like we've seen like the anyone that's competed kind of after the Olympia, you
Yeah,
can
they've
kind
all
of
improved since
see,
then. Yeah.
yeah, like all the top girls, all like you had Amy compete multiple times. She's hit her best look ever, like multiple times.
Yeah.
Ashley's obviously now
Jazzy.
solidified. Jazzy, yeah, like they've all improved like
Yeah.
massively.
Yeah. It was
So
awesome to see.
yeah, I think it also is probably needed for them to be like, okay, cool. If we didn't hit our best, like, what do we need to do our best for next year? Like, sometimes it literally is that, like, you just need to keep running
Yeah.
it just a few times to kind of go from there. Then you can be like, cool, I solidified. This is what I need to do. And then you can take a break. Um, so yeah, I think that was really good. And then you've got Yulia. She looks very, very good. She always, again, like we said, she always looks very good.
Yeah. No, Yulia looks great. And I personally, in this top six here, in the front pose, I like Tara more. And then when you flip them to the back, you will
Yeah.
see why Yulia got second because Yulia's back pose is incredible.
I think her front pose, she might not be hitting it. Like she
Yeah,
probably,
she's definitely not in it here. Yeah, she
yeah,
never hits her front pose bent over like that. This is like a
yeah.
in motion shot. But
That's what I was gonna say because I was like, that's not representing how she usually kind of shows off her front pose. So again, just kind of like a one-off shot here.
yeah,
But Tara's front pose is her best front pose for sure. Because I
yeah,
think
she looks great.
sometimes um, her waist definitely looks like the tightest it has as well. Um, in this shot, so that's really good to see.
Yeah.
Irene is also definitely like she's still flaring a little bit, but it's definitely less than what we were
Mhm.
previously mentioning before, which is good to see as well. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see like the improvements from these girls, like when we've seen them from previous shows and stuff like that, which is good. Um, so that's cool. Oh, look here, this is her name.
Click it. Go to her page. Oh yeah, it is just Ayse.
Bella.
Okay, Bella. We'll just go with Bella.
Bella. Um, she got fifth. I
Yep.
think this is her first pro season
I
this
think so
year.
too. Yeah.
So that's a really good way to kind of go into 2026. Obviously, adding like some points to the list and stuff, which is cool. I think if I saw on Instagram correctly, I think this is her first top five. I
Okay.
think.
Awesome.
And I don't know, but I saw it on again Instagram. I think it was TikTok on Tiana's TikTok. I think she's natural.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Because I think Tiana said she's like, oh, like congrats on this natty queen for getting her first top five. So I'm
Awesome.
assuming she's natural, which is cool.
That's really cool.
So that would be cool to potentially see her in any natural shows next year if she does.
Yeah.
But she's also cracking top five in like open shows. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we have Tara in top six in sixth. Um,
Tiana.
so Tiana, not Tara. Um, Sorry, it's very early for me this morning. Um, so yeah, I mean, overall, who do you think has kind of, I mean, all of them have improved immensely and stuff like that, which is good. Um,
The one that
so that,
impresses me the most here can like is Tiana being 21 years old, 22 years old, and consistently being top six at every
yeah,
single show she does, including winning one and making the Olympia this year.
yeah.
So it's like that she impresses me left and right. Like every time
She's
she's on stage, it's just so consistent.
been competing since April this year, and it's
Hmm.
obviously just like December. Like that's
Yeah, she her first show of the year
crazy.
was Wasatch in April. Yeah, that's
Like
crazy to
beginning
think
of
about.
April, like that, like
Hmm.
well, no, the end, yeah, end of April. Like that's she's been going for a
Yeah,
long time. So,
yep,
and she's like you said, consistently been in that kind of like top six,
yeah,
top 10
yeah.
area, which has been great.
And her
Um,
back pose has improved a ridiculous amount. Like her front pose is
mhm.
good. It's balanced. It's good. There's some improvements that can be made. Her back pose looks incredible. Like her glutes, for being as young as she is, she just has such a bright future.
Yeah, and I also think as well, like we've said before, that I think she's kind of mainly most of the time coming in that little bit condition, like not too conditioned, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
her feedback has been too conditioned, a little bit too hard. So I do think that her glutes here still look where they need to be, but they're just like her hamstrings look softer. Because I know
Yeah.
that that's something I've always seen is her hamstrings are a little bit drawn in and stuff like that. But this is definitely her best back pose I've seen this
Everyone in
year.
this top six has a really good back pose. You can see what I was
Mm,
talking about with Yulia there. Yulia's back pose is
yeah,
the density to her glutes, the upper outer roundness. There's
yeah.
nothing really missing to her back pose. She looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she looks really good. Yeah, Ashley looks actually this is definitely the most conditioned I think I've seen Ashley
Yeah.
from the back for a while, actually.
Yeah, yeah, this looks really good. Really good. At Olympia, she was almost, I don't know what they did. I can't speak to it, but she definitely looked like, I don't want to say washed out, but almost like she was too full, where everything filled out more. Like the hams were fuller, the
Okay,
glutes
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
fuller. So you didn't see the lines of the separation between the glute and hamstring at all. So it just
Okay.
looked like one large muscle rather than being able to actually see that detail. And here, this is a killer look. So Ashley, you really killed it at the show. I mean, she does
Yeah.
every show, but this is a very good look. I'm excited to see if they improve even more going into Argentina. If they try something different, bring a different look, like what's going to happen there. So
Yeah, that would be good. I think that's always the hard part with bikini is finding having that fine line of like, okay, we need to be full, like especially like now more than anything. I think back in the day, it used to be not used to be more about conditioning because it wasn't about either or, but I think some of the girls could get away with a little bit more conditioning.
yeah,
Now it's like if you're too conditioned, no, you need to
yep,
have that depth, that fullness, that projection to kind of every part of you, like specifically also mainly glutes and stuff like that as well. So they're really being like specific with that now, which is good. So yeah, that's always the hardest part is trying to figure out, okay, how conditioned do we go? Do we need to go fuller? All that type of thing. Yeah, Julia looks incredible here.
yeah,
She looks the most tanned out of all of them. I wonder if she did her tan herself.
yeah. She does look the most
These two
tan.
look,
Her and yeah,
these
Morgan
two,
or Morgan. Is that what we said? We were no Bella. Bella.
Bella, that
Yeah,
she looks the most, these two look the most tanned. You can see that they've used different tans because I know Ashley doesn't use Protan. I want to say she used liquid sun rays. So she does it. Again, you can see kind of like difference in tans a little bit. But I like Yulia's tan. Yulia's tan looks really good.
yeah.
But yeah, her back pose is again always really good. Nice density and stuff like that. Um, Tara as well. Like Tara's not hamstrings. She's got really nice incisions in her glutes that they come down like low, but they're on like the side versus in the middle of her
Yeah,
hamstring.
yeah.
Um, but they look good. They look really good. I think also she mentioned, I think I just saw it on her Instagram that this was the highest she's placed with Sandy being head judge. And I think she needs to improve her upper glute fullness, I
I can
think.
see that. I could definitely. I mean,
Um,
you could see that in comparison. Look at
yeah,
Ashley, Yulia, and Tara there.
yeah.
Ashley has that fullness. Yulia really has that fullness. That's a good side by side right there. The two of them. That shows exactly what you just said for to what her feedback is. Where
You can
you
see
can
it
really
there as well.
yeah, exactly. You can see just how it's not even just that curvature of that upper outer region, it's also the projection and how much push there is against the skin there. It's not just that roundness, it's all the above. And there's just that difference there, that difference between the two of them.
What would be your quick fire best exercise to hit upper glutes? Because I know I've had questions about this before, and I know a lot of people probably would be, obviously, I know it's specific to person, but if you were to be like, this is a good staple, what would you say?
I mean, a staple, I mean, the crossover kickbacks is a great
Yeah.
just isolation where you're not worried about anything else taking over the motion. Um, and you and I talked about this one, but doing the I'm not going to explain it in full here. You can work with me if you'd like to know how this works, but yeah, the
Use
incline
code
bench,
Corey.
the incline bench glute bridges
Mm,
is definitely one of my favorite for that. Getting yourself at a certain elevation and height where you get that stretch into that upper glute and just pulse on it. That's a really really good exercise as well. And then different leaning variations of the abduction machine are always really good.
hmm.
So
Nice, love that.
yeah.
And then we've got Irene's back pose that we said before. Her back pose, I think her back pose looks better this time, like the way that she's hitting it for sure. She's still a little bit narrow, but also that might be
Mhm.
just different. That might be her way of hitting it because of
Yeah,
other
yeah.
reasons and stuff. So,
I
um,
mean, sometimes it plays a positive role for the athlete when they don't have all the development they need yet, and her
mhm,
glutes don't look like they are like at maximum capacity for her frame. She has a little bit more she can add to the backside there, and so posing it a little bit closer can definitely help that frame, because if she stood wider, you're going to see that slant of that upper outer glute more. So she
mhm.
could be doing it for that reason, or it's just a habit she has. But
Yeah, very true. And then we've got Bella here. Um, That pose looks good. I think overall, I'm pretty sure she's quite young as well. So I
yeah.
think it's a case of just density and size,
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say,
over time.
I would tell her density everywhere. Like your
Yeah,
balance top to bottom, just add that little bit everywhere.
yeah.
So
And then Tara, honestly, like,
Tiana.
not Tara. I keep saying, why do I keep saying Tara? My God, they're both the same T. So I'm literally like, Tara, no. Tiana, back pose, like, she has, like, I think she's got the largest glutes here.
Especially for her frame.
Yeah.
She's a
Like,
very petite person.
yeah, she looks like the upper glute, like here,
Mhm.
across here, and everything like that. Really, really good. Um, I think one thing I think over time, what she could probably have is just obviously finding that nice fine line between obviously the conditioning and fullness. Because I do think that obviously she's like she's a little bit bigger compared to everyone else here in terms of like size and stuff like that. And I even saw it a little bit in her waistline. Like you can see her muscle because she has so much dense muscle now.
Yeah.
I feel like they
She
filled it
usually
out.
has she usually has a much better core and waistline. She actually made a post about this
Oh,
and
okay. I
why
didn't see that.
why she looks watery and inflamed. So
Okay, I didn't see
this is
that.
a little off for her compared to her normal. So just taking that into consideration.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Why was that? Do you think was it because
She
did they fill
said
up?
she's so I think it was a mixture of how they peaked and then her getting her period at like a time that she wasn't
Oh,
expecting.
okay.
And
Got
so it was
you.
a mix, and she made a whole post about it. So
Got you, got
yeah,
you, got you. This is again something I haven't seen and information I didn't see. And then also this comes into play with judges. Like judges don't know that either. So
yeah,
they
yeah,
judge what they see in front of them. So
100%.
that's what I was literally just about to say. Is just like maybe I was just gonna assume potentially she filled up more or whatever, but that explains it.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, she
And
doesn't
that's one of
look
those
her
things too
normal
that
self.
sometimes when it comes to like hormones and time of month and all that, and you have like a method that you usually use for peaking, like when that time of month comes into play, there might be something completely different that you need to work around, water
Yeah.
retention wise, body inflammation, like how you go, like how you peak into the show. So there's a lot of different methods that good coaches would utilize just depending on the factors they're working with.
100%. Um, so yeah, that was the top six. And I think it was a straight 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I think there was two. So Lacey and
Eureka.
Eureka were 1 point apart. And I know
That shows
Eureka,
you right there how good quality this show was in that like entire top 10, because Eureka just won a show 4 weeks ago and Lacey was just in the Olympia
mm,
and they got seventh and eighth. So
hmm.
you're talking right there just about how good a quality this end of the year show was. So that's awesome to see.
Oh, there's another. one pointer here down here.
Oh yeah, China and Romelin. Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like this is what I mean. Like I see it a lot of the times where people are like, oh, I bet the judges don't even like look anything past top five. You've got
They
two
do.
one
Yeah.
pointers
Yeah.
out of the top five. Like that's
Yep.
how like
I mean, you
specific
have
they
a
are. Oh, even here.
look at the last three. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're being looked at no matter what. It doesn't matter if you are the very last call out of 40 people. Like the judges have to put something down on the scorecard and they are still judging you. They are placing you. So
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes people think like, oh, the judges don't even look at me, or they're not even doing this. Like, they
yeah.
they notice you. They notice you. They don't
Like
need to be like staring at you and like for the every single moment that you were on
yeah.
stage. Because I think that's what sometimes people are get upset about. They're like, they didn't even look at me, and I'm like, they would have seen you. Might have not seen it,
Yeah.
but they would have seen you. Um,
Even when a
yeah,
scorecard says like 16th, you're still technically placed because there's call outs that you're put in. So it
yeah.
might be only the top 16 through like two or three call outs. But then every call out, say there's two more call outs that are just 16s, you're still placed because you're still moved to the center of this call out. You're still second to last call out or last call out. So there is a
Hmm.
difference there. Like just because the scorecard might say 16th doesn't mean that the head judge in the judging panel didn't put you somewhere on stage for a reason. So
Hmm. Yeah, very true. And that was Battle of the Bay. That was Ashley's
54.
54. Fucking hell. That's crazy.
I wonder what her total. I mean, she's won almost every single show since being pro, but I wonder what her total number of shows is, like since she started competing.
Oh yeah. Cause
Like she's got to be like, I don't know how quick her rise was as an amateur. I didn't follow a whole lot back then, but like let's say she has like 5+ shows as an amateur. She hasn't won every single pro show, plus counting like the Olympias and stuff. She's got to
yeah,
be at like 70+ shows.
that's
That's
crazy.
crazy to think
Maybe
about.
she's like, I'd love to know, like, yeah, that's actually true. I'd love to see like her overall goal of shows like that she
Yeah,
does. Like how many, like, is she gonna get to 100 shows?
that'd be crazy.
That'd
I
be crazy.
wonder if she has a goal in mind of show wins or if she's just going until like the wheels fall off.
I
Like if
reckon
she's
I
just going,
think Ashley is I reckon she has a number. I reckon she
you
has a
think
number. I reckon it's I mean 100 is wild.
that's wild. I mean,
But I
she's
have heard her mention it before. Like she
what did
wants.
we just say
I
her
know
age
she
was the other
wants
day?
37.
Okay. I mean, she's still in her prime. Like she's been in her prime for like 10 years
Yeah,
straight. I
literally.
mean, so she could have another solid 2 to 3 years in her. And if you think that she runs like 5, 6 shows a year, she can be pushing close to 70.
That's
So
wild. That's actually
yeah,
wild. Because I
yeah,
know she's mentioned before, like back in a while ago. I remember she was like, I want my thing to be untouchable. I mean, it's untouchable now, but she's like, I want it to be like can never be broken kind of vibe.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, interesting.
When
So
she retires, I mean, Amy's the only one that's even close right now, and that still isn't really
yeah.
close. But she's what 90? No, how old did we? It was just her birthday. We were guessing these people's ages, and then their birthdays came around. Amy's what
Oh yeah,
32?
yeah, Amy's 32 and then Ashley's
Okay,
37. Yeah.
okay. So if we're thinking that maybe Amy has 5 more years to reach, so Ashley's at 54,
Mm,
and Amy just got 18, I believe.
yeah.
That's a doable number to catch with Amy wanting to run a decent amount of shows and
Yeah, true.
essentially winning every show she does, with the exception of the Olympia.
Yeah,
So, I
true.
mean, she very well could. I mean, Ashley's still going to keep going though. Like we just
Yeah,
said, like
this is the thing.
she could probably hit 70. So,
This is the thing. And I feel like yeah, Ashley will just keep going and going and going. So I
yeah,
do think that like that's her goal in mind is to literally have like an untouchable. I mean, she's got an untouchable record of wins in every category. So like it's not just because I think who was
yeah.
the this was ages ago, but who was it? I think it was was it Dexter Jackson had the most?
Yeah,
Or
he
so,
has he retired with like 32 wins, I believe it
yeah.
was.
And that I
Yeah,
remember her being like, obviously now that was the person to I say beat like for the
yeah,
over like
yeah.
everyone. Now she's the most winning ever. Like any not as anyone as a
Oh, by a
competitor, which
mile.
is
Like she's gonna
crazy.
double. Like Dexter's the closest to her, and she's gonna double
Yeah.
him in but next year.
Which is
So,
crazy for like bodybuilding, if you think about it. Like
oh yeah,
30 something wins as a
yeah, yeah.
bodybuilder is like
And like,
mad.
don't quote me on it, but I want to say 8 or 9 of those were Arnold wins, and he had one Olympia win, which is
That
crazy.
is crazy.
Like,
That is
that's such a good
crazy.
record. Yeah,
Mm. I miss Dexter Jackson. He's such a good athlete.
yeah.
Um, we had
This was so
the
cool. When you
Taiwan
sent me
Pro.
this, I was like, damn, this was really cool to see. It looks like just watching this, it looks like you're watching like the promo to it, not actually on stage. This is the actual stage production.
Oh God, that's a lot. That's crazy.
So cool. Yeah.
And
And
then
then
it
it kind
comes
of like
up.
dies down a bit and the lights come on center stage. Like it's such a cool entrance.
This is what I mean. Like Asia productions, they just do it incredible, like
Yeah.
so insane. Like that, I definitely am looking at, I'm not gonna lie, a Japan show for next year or something like that.
That'd be
Because I've
cool.
always wanted to go to Japan. Um, and I think the production is monster,
Monster Zim.
yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they are also a gym. No, I don't
I've
think they're a
heard of
gym.
that. I've heard of a gym called something like that. I don't know if it's the same thing, but
Oh, that's good
I've heard.
lighting.
Look at
That's a good
that.
shot. They're good shots.
That's really cool.
Oh, they're
Wow.
very good shots.
That's great. This is
That's
really
so, and it's like the background's like shadow, like blended in enough where it's not like too overpowered, but you can still see
yeah.
what's in the background. So it's
Yeah.
like faded. Oh, I like
It
that a lot.
almost works too because
Just
there's
look at that.
shadow and there's like darkness between them and the backdrop. So it's not like
Hmm.
everything's lit up. It's like the backdrop's kind of wild and like lit up, but then there's a lot of darkness around the athlete in a spotlight. So it works. It works out really well. I like this a lot.
The thing
This
is,
just
you
looks
have to,
cool. This venue looks cool. This is badass.
yeah. The thing is, you have to like, as promoters, like that's like part of your job was to obviously like yes you want a really good production but it has to also like serve the athlete at
Yeah.
showing their best because like it's not there's nothing worse than obviously being the athlete. Yeah, it's a cool stage but then like the lighting's not good or like
Yeah.
the stage production or the stage experience isn't good, so it's just it sucks when it's like that. So
Yep.
I hope that's always in the forefront of obviously people's brains and stuff.
That's
So
something that I love that Mitch offers now, Gilco. Like
yeah,
he isn't just the photographer, videographer team. If he goes, he takes over the lighting. Like he
it's
is the
clever,
stage production. Like
it's
how he
clever
wants the lighting. Yeah, it's awesome. It works really well
because
in
then
everyone's favor, the athlete, the promoter.
he gets better photos and then
Mhm.
people know like oh his photos are going to be sick because Gilco's there, and then
Yeah.
also like the judges can then do their job and see the athlete at their truest self with the lighting actually being correct, and then the athlete feels good because they're like oh this is sick, so it's like all round like just a better bodybuilding experience, which is just
Yeah.
good. Random. When I saw this, I thought this was like an announcement to being like Janet being like fit model. I was like, oh, is this an
I
announcement for
know.
Janet being fit model?
I
And I was like,
saw
oh
that
no.
too and thought the same thing.
I was like, oh my God. I saw it and I was like, is she going fit model? No, it was just old photos. Um, we
It's like,
haven't got
how dare
photos
she? I just
yet.
texted her and asked her to come on here and she announces it without us.
I know, that's hilarious. As we kind of suspected, the Asia show, Sally won. She's now qualified for the Olympia. So I think, yeah, I think, okay, there's not photos here. So you've got Sally. I think this is the girl that won second against her at the show, the previous show the week before as well. I'm pretty
Does John
sure.
does John have a top six photo like he normally does or no?
I don't think so, no, because this one just came out like
Okay.
6 hours ago. So I don't think so. But usually the Asia shows are a little bit like delayed with the
Yeah,
photos.
takes a little bit.
Let me see if no, they've not even got like
Yeah.
any of the things. That's okay though. But yeah, so I
Sally
think
won.
yeah, Sally won. I think that's the girl that got second. But like we mentioned before, there was a lot of girls that were in this from the previous show in Asia before, which is clever. Like you, they're back to back. If you're in Asia, you may as well give it a go. So yeah, and I know she was in. I think she was in the previous show as well and got fourth or third or something like that, or fifth or something like that. So yeah, it looks like a very similar top five to the last showing in Asia. So that was this weekend's shows. Now we have two shows. So I didn't know there's actually another
It was a China show.
China. I didn't know that. I thought it was only one show. Um, Argentina, We've got Ashley as the front
Ashley
runner.
here. You got Nevea, who was in the Olympia.
Hmm.
And I don't know too many other names on here. Those two stood out to me right away.
Nevea,
She's been competing recently quite a bit.
yeah, I think what shows did she do recently? Has she won any shows recently?
She hasn't won. She got second, third at a couple shows at Southern
Hmm.
Muscle. She was in that top. And I can't remember what one she did recently, but there's the Southern Muscle one that looks like second place. What show is this?
I'm not too sure, but I'm not too sure. Top three.
Okay.
Okay, she got top three. This was 4 weeks ago. I'm not too
Okay.
sure what show it is, but the 9th of November. So it was after the Olympia. And then we do have this girl here. I'm pretty sure she's won last month in Brazil. So she needs another win to be
Bruna.
qualified.
Okay.
Bruna. So where was it? She looks really
Oh,
good.
that's a great front pose. Wow.
Really, really, really good.
Really good. Really good. Oh yeah. Okay.
Really good back pose as well.
Yeah.
Really good proportions. I really like her proportions.
No,
Really
she
nice.
looks good
So
top to bottom. Very balanced, symmetrical. Everything looks really good here.
I think she'll be a good person to stand next to Ashley for sure. Because she has that kind of like fullness
Yeah.
to her. Um, yeah, and conditioning looks really good as well. So that'll be good. And then we've got I'm just going off the people that John has mentioned. Someone's making their pro debut from Brazil.
Brenda.
When did she turn pro? April this year.
Okay. Oh, what show? What Arnold was that? That's
I it
not
was
Arnold.
no,
U.S.
it
South
wasn't
America.
it wasn't an Ar is it Arnold? It is this that's not an Arnold, it was
Arnold.
a
Arnold. South America. Yeah, it says
oh
it. Yeah,
yeah.
muscle contest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good for her.
Nice. Yeah, so she's got Argentina this week, and that'll be her pro debut. So massive good luck. That's always exciting, especially like
Yeah,
being next to Ashley and like Bruna and Nevea, like who have obviously they're Olympians and stuff.
yeah.
That's really cool. Really, really
And
cool.
one more rookie, Valentina.
Yeah.
Sorry for everyone listening on Spotify when we do this, and there's just
The
some silence
pauses,
because we're looking through photos.
silence. She looks good.
Hmm.
When did she
Yeah,
win her
very
pro
good.
card? Where did she bring her pro card? Well, last
A
year.
little over a year ago.
Is this her pro debut? Or is it? Yeah.
It said that John wrote that she's had a couple good showings as a pro. So
Oh, okay. So it's not a pro
I
debut.
guess
Yeah, because I
just
was
still
thinking
in her
that.
rookie year.
Hmm.
Yeah, her first year as a pro.
She looks good.
Yeah, very dense. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
very
muscle
dense
in her
in
back
the
pose
lower
there
body. In the
through
lower body as
everything. Yeah,
well. When she walks forwards here, I could see really good density in
yeah,
her legs
yeah.
and stuff. So, well, exciting. So that's Argentina. I think was there anyone else kind of on there? Anyone else that you notice?
No one else that I noticed. No.
No. So, and then we've got China. China show. Uh,
Alina's been competing a few times, right?
this season
And
is the final show. Sorry, the final show, 115th show of the season.
damn, wow.
Surely not 150. So we've done 150 15 bikini shows in 2025.
Yeah, because when you think about it, we had 72 qualified for the Olympia. So yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. So since then, there's been another 30 plus shows. Yeah, that's or since the cutoff, there's been 30 plus more shows. Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I just noticed that and I was like, surely not. Because obviously I sent you the list obviously for Olympia because there's obviously already technically there's 36 girls qualified for the Olympia already for the top 25 and obviously people that have
Yeah.
won. And that's not including like, for example, if Jen comes back, obviously if Laura
Yeah.
Lee does it.
Yep.
Maureen's on the list, isn't she?
I don't think that they had any. I think Maureen was on the list. Issa is on the list because she got
Yeah,
approval
Maureen's on the list.
Issa got approval to do the Olympia because she's outside of the window for being Miss Olympia and being requalified. So she got
Mm-hmm.
approval and has kind of like given the thumbs up that she's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Lee needs to do the same, and Jen would need to do the same. So
And
just to let them know.
Ashley.
Oh, and Ashley. Yep. Yep.
And Ashley. So
I mean,
yeah.
Ashley's name should technically be on there
Well,
now because
she's
she just won 2 days
oh yeah,
ago as well.
she because she's
So
won.
yeah,
She'll be on like this portion, but I'm sure she could probably because isn't she I know she mentioned that she's outside of the
5 years.
yeah, so
Yeah,
she'll have to ask.
yeah.
So she'll
But
either
because she
ask,
won, she doesn't need to. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's very true. Um, yeah, that's crazy. That's yeah, sorry, that's what I was gonna say. Because there's already so this is already 36 girls qualified.
yeah, yeah.
I honestly think it's gonna still be in the 60s. I think we could I think it could be into the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like statistically, like if we look at names, if you think about people that can come out and win 2 shows, when you talk about like the Jordan and Maria, oh, Maria's on there. Maria got her second win, but everyone from that like 15th spot down to the top five of the Olympia can all go win 2 shows. They all can. So you're
Yeah.
talking about all of them getting qualified, and none of them are on this list yet, with the exception of the
Yeah.
top three from the Olympia, uh, Victoria and Maria. You still have the rest of that 6 through 15 right there. So you have all them to go and get 2 show wins more than likely because they're consistently in that top 15 at the Olympia. And then I feel like there's going to be a handful of names in that top 25. Look at all the asterisks on there. All those
Mm,
asterisks that John writes mean that they've won 1 show already. Alice Rocha, Anna Setlock, like those are the Evie. Those are girls that continuously usually win multiple shows. So you're gonna see a lot of those names jump up into that qualified for 2026 because of 2 shows, which is then going to bump up the people with lesser points. So you're going to have that consistent top 25 in points. And as people keep winning, you're going to keep bringing them up. Kate Carroll's another one who will probably win another show. Alessia will go and win a show. Eureka might win another show. So there's a good amount of people. I don't know about the 60s. I feel like that's pushing it a bit. Like
30,
that means
36 are already qualified. Then that's
that means
only
40 people would win 2 shows minus the
yeah,
three from the
yeah.
Olympia requalified. So we're talking like 35 people winning 2 shows. I don't know if I can name 35 people that can win 2 shows.
No, it'd be 25 more. So it'd be 25 more people to get qualified or be on the list to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking
Yeah,
about
that's
30 to
true.
35 more to reach the 60s. If we're going off of top 25 plus the 12 we have here. Yeah, we're talking about 30 to 35 more 2 show winners. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
And then also
possible.
there'll
It's
be
definitely
yeah,
possible.
there's also a lot of the I know obviously Jazzy's obviously mentioned she's going to compete obviously before the
Mhm.
yeah, before the Olympia, but I don't know how far in advance. Like I know all of them will probably do shows before as well, so they're already
Oh
qualified,
yeah,
so there'll be more
yeah.
people. So yeah, I get
You're
that makes
you're
sense.
definitely gonna have that if for lack of better terms, like damage control type of
Yeah.
shows that go on where Jazzy will do a show, she'll likely win. Someone else is getting points. They're not getting the qualification. Maria
Yeah.
will probably do a couple shows next year, not just the Olympia. She'll do the same. She's likely going to win whatever show she does. So you have those types of competitors that are going to hold that first place spot regardless of the show they do. That will hinder people from getting those 2 show wins and will just keep them in the points.
And it's like, for example, just a name just came to mind, Tara, who obviously just got top three twice in the last 2 shows she's on. She's not even on the list because she's not reached it yet. But because
Yeah.
there's no show, she can't obviously continue getting points now. So
Yep.
it's like people like her who are basically like we can't see who's not like below seven, that seven
Yeah.
range. Like there could be
Yeah.
people that I'm sure there's loads of people that are in that like seven, eight, like very
Oh
close
yeah.
range anyway.
Yeah.
And they'll just creep up and
Yep.
switch and swap and stuff like that. So
I mean,
um,
when you think of the amount of athletes that just aren't even on this list right now that like do have 1 to 6 points, but just aren't on there, plus the athletes that called their season after the Olympia and haven't even come back out yet,
yeah.
that list is going to change so much. Like, think of how many coaches and teams are out there. I alone have seven. I looked this morning, so seven girls that do have points, but only a couple are on the list right now. So there's a handful in that one
Got
to
you.
five range
Yeah.
of points. And then think of all the other coaches with athletes out there. Think of all the other athletes from the Olympia that stopped after the Olympia. That we're going to see names shifting constantly in that
Yeah.
like 10-point range. So it's gonna be a really fun season to see.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sorry, we got distracted with that. So we've got China, um, who
Alina and
she
I always say her
she
name
obviously
wrong.
just got, yeah, Zini
But
or
isn't it Cynthia?
it's
Cynthia or something
Cynthia.
on her page? Yeah.
It's Cynthia. She's going all the way to China. She
Yeah. What
obviously
show did
just
she just do?
she just won sorry, came second to Amy at, oh, what's it called? Big Ma'am.
Oh, okay.
And then she
Okay.
got second to Victoria at um Romania.
Yes, Romania.
So she's coming in this front pose. Chef's kiss. This is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah.
This looks
This is a
great.
great look. This is a really good look.
So I think she'll be, and I think she's like almost at the, I want to say she actually might be at the top of the points list, maybe. Or
Yeah,
yeah,
more
she
than
either is like
likely.
second or
Well, because
something like that.
Romania second place gave her like 12 points or some shit like that.
Well, it was 14 straight from the back when she got second. She got
Hmm.
14 points straight away from just doing that one show. Sorry, we
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going off track now, but I'm pretty sure she's at the top. Yeah. Now she's got
Yep.
20 points.
20 points. Yeah. Yeah. That's one of those where
So
it's going to be interesting to see what the lowest number of points gets qualified for next year. Like, what's the 25th person
yeah.
going to have in points? That's going to be interesting
Because
to
like
see.
7 points is still not even like 1 second, because 1 second gets you 4 points. So
Mhm.
you have to, at least from what it looks like now, there's only two spots for seven. So like basically you have to get, at the moment it's a second and a third at a pro show, which is,
Yeah.
that's top three. Like you have to, obviously
Yeah.
yes, you can do like four, or we'd have to do seven fifth place, which is
Yeah.
quite a lot. But like in retrospect, to get the that number the quickest without winning, you would have to do a second place and a third place to just get seven alone.
Yeah. And to put this in perspective for everyone listening, top 25 in points is not easy to do. It's
No.
not easy to even get points regardless. There are athletes that will go their entire career and no knock on them, but there just are. There are athletes that have turned pro every division, bodybuilding, classic, bikini, that will never place top five in their career.
Hmm.
So that's a big testament to people that can get any points on the board. So,
Yeah, really is. But yeah, she obviously has only, I say only, I'm pretty sure she's done 3 shows
okay. And gotten
to get
20
her
points with it
to
because
get
of
her 20
Romania.
points
That's
because of
cool. That's
Romania.
awesome.
So she's at the top of the points list. So she's there, and obviously she could potentially be in the running for a win this
Yeah.
weekend. So
Yeah.
that'll be
And
cool.
then
And then she'll have 30 points. That's already a
that's
lot.
crazy.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Should be way ahead of the pack after that show.
Yeah, that's a lot. So and then you've got
Cynthia,
Cynthia.
who's again been consistently in first call outs for multiple shows this
Mm.
post Olympia season.
Well, she did. Oh, what's that? Oh my God, that's it. Is that a huge? What is that?
Now having a giant steamed
Steamed
bun.
bun. I did think that. I was like, that's something I
Interesting.
can't remember. That looks so yummy.
I've never heard of
Anyway,
that. It looks so good.
like the little steamed buns. Have you ever gone to like one of the like Asian or Chinese restaurants and you get like the steamed bun, like the bao, are they called bao buns?
I know what you're talking about, but I've never had it.
They're so good. They're very good. I like mine with pork, barbecue
Hmm.
pork. Oh, so good. Anyway, she got she
Phoebe's
got
deep in
top
prep,
three.
guys.
So, don't get me wrong. I'm always a foodie at heart. So, we had Japan. She got top three. She got third. Is that correct? Yeah, third.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
then second place here is in the show as well. Uka.
is she?
Uka. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, again,
It's a
like
good
they
show.
just she didn't do this week. I think she did do this past weekend as well. So she got second again. I'm pretty sure. If that's the same, if that's the same person. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, she did do this, but she got second again.
Okay.
So now Sally not being there,
Yeah.
potentially will she get a
Opens it
win?
up.
Will
Yeah.
she get a win? But then you got Elena, who also has been getting second as
Yeah.
well, but she's not been against her. This is what I love. Like I like then this like challenge. Like obviously you think, okay, yep, she's gotten second twice. Now Sally's not doing the show. You would expect her to win. But now there's other people coming
Oh
in
yeah.
that have also she's not been against, that have also gotten second, that also potentially
This is the epitome of bodybuilder math,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Because everyone's like, oh, yeah, she's going to win. And don't get me wrong, she could. She's in the running for it 100%. But
Yeah.
it's not like expected now because she's gotten second. Oh, now Sally's not there. She's going to win. Like, that's not the case. Like, she also then could not bring her 100% best. And then,
Mhm.
like, Cynthia come in or someone that we don't even know come
Definitely.
in, you know? Um, that's not to say that she couldn't win, but you know what I mean.
Regina.
Um,
Regina's been competing a bit too, right? Regina Tan. She's not in the
where
caption. She's on the list. I feel like I've seen her compete a couple times this year.
is that her
Is that her?
Instagram? I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like she's done a couple shows. That name sounds very familiar. That is a crazy waist to glute ratio right there.
Where? Here.
Yeah. And there's one above it
Yeah.
that's like an actual check-in photo, looking photo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was back in
She looks great.
February 2024. But yeah, she looks
Yeah.
insane. Really, really good proportions. I don't think she's competed.
Or she just doesn't post.
Uh yeah,
When
she
is
might be
this
one of
from?
those. No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
from
from two
2024.
that's from like 2 years ago. Yeah.
So I do you know what it
February
is?
24.
Do you know what it is? I think the second name Tan is Nicole Tan. So
Yes, that could
Nicole
be.
Tan
Yeah,
is like
that
the
could
same
be.
name, second name.
Yeah,
So that might be it. And Nicole's
that could
obviously
be what
been
I'm
competing
thinking
quite a
of.
lot.
Mhm.
Um, she looks good. Again, it looks like this is her comeback from 2024.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
I haven't
From a
seen
while back
anything
at
else.
24. It happened
Yeah.
like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So I think,
Awesome.
and there's no updates. So we don't know what
Mhm.
she looks like right now. So we'll see. We will see. So massive good luck for her. And then you've got, um,
Jill?
yeah, Jill, and then you've got Hannah as well.
I don't know if I know. Hannah.
Jill competed at the Olympia
I've
this year
I've
as well.
yeah, I know Jill.
Ah, she competed at this year's the previous show just this weekend, but she didn't
Taiwan.
place. Yeah, but she didn't place. Interesting.
Hmm.
I wonder why. Because she's always been quite a consistent athlete where she gets into that
Yeah.
kind of top five range of shows that she does. So,
Looks great in these photos
oh,
that we're
she's
seeing
had
too.
had lower back and knee pain for a long time, but she pushed through. So her body wasn't 100%, which again,
Mhm.
like that's always hard when it comes to that. Like when you're like,
Yeah.
I've done everything I can, but your body's just not at 100%. That
Yeah.
I think that's a
It can
testament. Like
impact
I
so
think it's,
much too.
and I also think it's so good that people still then like see it through and they're like, no, I'm gonna honor the prep still,
Yeah.
regardless, even if you're not 100%. That mentally, that's quite hard to do. Knowing that you're not your 100% best
Mhm.
and then getting up on stage, that's really hard. So that's a
Yeah,
like
definitely.
massive well done to her. Oh, Dubai. She's in Dubai.
Oh,
Big up Dubai. Oh, she's private. That's weird. We haven't come across a profile that's been
uh-uh.
private yet. So we can't see her, unfortunately. But profile
You can
picture
go
looks great.
click on James's page right there in her caption. He might have a photo
Oh,
up of her competing this weekend. He always posts people before they go on. There's the national girls he has. Are one of those her? There's Issa.
I think no, this
No,
is Fit
that's
Model.
nationals. That's all nationals girls this weekend, which we'll get to here in a little bit.
No, I
Is
don't
that
think he's
that's not
posted
her on the
her.
left there? No, that's not her. Okay, no, he hasn't posted her. Okay.
Oh, is that Issa's? Is
Yeah,
that
it
Issa's
is.
check-in?
It is.
Me being nosy, I'm
I
like,
saw when he posted that the other day, or when she posted that.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm
It's
so excited
it's
for her
so
comeback.
excited when you see like,
Yeah.
do you think she'll do any shows before?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would be smart for her to do
She
shows
usually
before.
does. She usually runs a
Yeah.
couple shows. Yeah.
And she's only been 2 weeks back to 2 weeks back to athlete routine. So she's kind of been obviously off routine. She's also like I love this about Issa, especially because she's taken her time off. She's like opened up
The front pose is
a
unreal. It's
Yeah,
always a yes.
hasn't she opened up like a store, like a health food store? Like she's done loads of
I don't
things
know.
business wise recently, and I
That's
love that
awesome.
because I've always seen Issa as like not just an athlete because she's obviously more than an athlete, but like achievements behind that. I'm like, what else?
Mhm.
I want to see what else like she has. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what else she does. And I've only ever seen like it be from an athlete perspective, but I've seen like now she's opened up like a food store in Brazil, like an actual like
That's
storefront, like a meal
that's
prep
really cool.
company, I think.
Oh
Like an
yeah.
actual like a meal
That's
prep
so
company.
cool. That's awesome.
That's what I
Good
mean.
for
And
her.
I think that's really like what do you want your like what's your like legacy to be in a way?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
could be an athlete, but like you want to have like other things going for you and
Yeah.
stuff like that as well. And I think
Definitely.
she's really focused on that the last kind of couple of like years of her being off stage, which I think is really, really
Oh yeah.
good. Um, I want to go through. These are the girls for nationals, I'm guessing.
This is national. I guess we can go into that now because we're done with the shows.
Yeah. So that's obviously the China show. So we've got
Yeah.
obviously all those girls. So I think that'll be interesting to see everyone up there.
Yeah.
Um,
So one of the things that Phoebe and I put up is and that you guys were requesting was to talk about some of the pro qualifier shows coming up. And here's all of Team Atlas's girls that are competing this weekend. So we could start here. You got 4 fit model and 3 bikini. They look incredible.
yeah, they
And
look very, very good.
nationals gonna be so much fun this weekend. It's like a whole ass reunion this weekend. I was messaging some people like Hunter and Laura Lee, like everyone's going to spectate this weekend. Everyone's going for the show. It's
Like
gonna be a fun time.
if you these bikini girls at the bottom, like if you didn't say like these were amateur, you could
You think they
potentially
were
be
pro?
like, yeah,
Yes.
like they
It's
look
that
that good.
I texted James earlier when he posted this and I said, "Tell me what class the girl in the bottom left is, please." And he told me, and I went, "Okay, thank God," because I don't have anyone in that class. She
Yeah.
just looks unreal. That front pose is ridiculous,
Unreal.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Unreal. So again, it's so cool. Like that, we said this before. The level of athletes for amateur athletes coming through like each year now is like incredible, incredible. So like yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Like these are just obviously just James's girls as well. So like there's obviously way more athletes that are competing as well. And I'm pretty sure didn't Texas just have a regional show and there was 800
Huge,
competitors at a
huge.
regional show
Yeah.
is wild. Obviously, the week before nationals is clever to obviously try and get qualified and stuff like that, which makes sense. But wow, like
Yeah.
800 is crazy. So, yeah, these are very, very, and it's top two for pro cards, right?
For bikini, I can't speak to fit model. I'm assuming, but bikini
Yeah.
is top two. I think fit model would be as well.
Is the other classes top two as well?
All except for bodybuilding, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. I reckon fit model probably would be as well, I reckon. Do you want to go through some questions? I'm just getting up the
Yeah.
athletes first, but let's go through the questions first.
What is an adrenaline event or hobby that you would never do that other people like to do? Like skydiving, for instance. What's something
I've
that's
done
like a
skydive.
no fucking way?
I've done oh like I
You
wouldn't do
wouldn't
because
do something you wouldn't do. Something you look at someone and you would go, yeah, that's not for me.
so a weird thing about me is I am such an adrenaline junkie. I love heights. I love rides. I've done skydive. I want to bungee jump. Like I love
Oh, hell no to bungee jumping. No way.
the so I think yeah, I want to do it. I specifically there's a specific spot in Bali that I really want to do it. It's literally off the side of the cliff though. Um and it doesn't look safe, but I want to do it so badly.
There's
So
this
I'm
one
a
that
bit of an adrenaline junkie, you know.
there's just one that Kerrigan wants to do that she asked me if I would do it with her. And I said, good luck. I'll record you. And it's
You're,
in have you heard of Moab in Utah?
no, no, what's
It's like one of
that?
the most it's like a Instagram viral, like famous spot that people do the bungee jumping.
Oh
And it
God.
looks like you're jumping into the Grand Canyon. Like
Oh.
you just run
Oh,
off
I
like
must.
a
Yeah, I have seen
it's
that. Yeah, I've seen that.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. No way.
That's.
You couldn't pay me to do that.
But I also think like it probably comes as like a flight risk because obviously you're a larger human because of just like muscle mass, size, and stuff like
People
that as
just
well.
call me
So like,
fat, you guys. Yeah, I would never do that.
I
No way.
don't
There's
mean
no way.
that.
I
Yeah,
weigh too much for
actually,
skydiving, at
this is
least for
what I
the ones that I've
mean.
looked up locally. It said, I believe the limit was 230 pounds for the one I looked up. I'm
You just
260,
have a
so
lot
it's
more
not.
risk for your own
Yeah,
like
yeah,
self, like
definitely.
doing anything like that. Like imagine like fucking like Derek Lunsford trying to like
Yeah,
do a skydive. Like there's just no
yeah,
way. No
yeah.
way, unfortunately. So
That would
um
be a very funny video to watch, but no way.
yeah, I'm trying to think like what I would do though. Like I don't think there's anything specific that
Okay, I'll
I
tell you what I wouldn't do. I would
yeah, what's
never go deep sea diving. No way. I
oh
don't know
yeah,
if that's
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
adrenaline
Very
thing. I don't know
true.
if that's an
No,
adrenaline
very
thing people
true.
do that for, but there's no way I would ever do that. No
Very
way.
true. The ocean is fucking terrifying. And the fact
Yep.
like we've only explored
Like a
not
percentage of it, like a
like
tiny little
not
bit.
like I think it I want to say it's like maybe 10% is actually pushing it, but I'm pretty sure it's literally only like 5% or like something
Yeah,
really
it's
fucking
crazy.
small. And like just
Well,
how like
especially when you consider the depth, not just the surface area, but the depth of the ocean that we have not explored. There's no way
yeah,
you
no.
could. No, no. Someone could write me a $1 million check and say, "Hey, we're going to take you out until you can't see land anymore, and we're going to get you in scuba equipment, and you are going to go deep sea diving for X amount of time." No, you. I would not take it. Nope. I'm good with my toes in the water. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah. To be fair, I agree with that 100%. Like I would absolutely not like that's obviously like you said, not an adrenaline thing as such, but like I would not. Yeah, no. The seas are scary. It's a scary place. This is a scary place. Um,
Yep.
one more question, and I've got those names up from nationals.
Do you trust meal prep company macros?
Mm, yes. So it depends. It depends on like I guess the reviews maybe from like they've had from previous people. Have they been recommended by anyone specific that I then trust? Um, but ultimately, it depends what it is. So, for example, like my gym, they do like food and meal prep and all that type of thing. Like, I'm like, sure. I'm like, are you sure that's 100 grams? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, don't believe you. But like, it is what it is. But it's 100 grams of plain chicken breast. And I can see there's nothing else on it.
Yeah.
If it's like sauces and stuff, and there's, so like, 100 grams of chicken versus 150. Yes, when you're on prep is obviously you have to be specific. So personally, if you do have that much of a bigger trust issue, then just cook it yourself or weigh it
Yeah.
after like yourself. That difference, in my opinion, if it's consistent, isn't going to make the biggest difference. But what makes the biggest difference is like the sauces,
Yeah.
those extra things. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're close to show and you need to be specific with things anyway, just weigh it yourself personally.
Yeah.
Like if you need to order in bulk and then just weigh out those specifics yourself, that would probably be a better option
Yep.
versus just getting, which I'm pretty sure like like when I see like Laura Lee do her like mega fit meals, she has that like, that's what she does. It'll be like plain
Yeah.
chicken or like
Oh yeah, she does
Ashlyn or
the
like anyone.
yeah, I don't even consider like yes, that's a meal prep company, but if you're ordering a la carte, I wouldn't consider that like what I don't think that's what this person's asking. Like if you're
Okay.
getting bulk chicken and bulk rice, that of
That's not
course
meal
you're gonna
prep. Yeah.
weigh it out yourself.
Yeah.
I take that question as like the pizzas that people make in the
Oh,
like the mega fit has the like the bum cheeseburger bowl or whatever it's called, like that
oh,
type
they
of
have
stuff.
the muffins, those muffins,
Yeah,
very
like
good.
those. Yeah. So
Um,
I trust it to an extent, but I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you're in prep and you don't
yeah,
separate it out to weigh it out. Like if
yeah,
you're getting like there's I think all these companies have one called like the cheeseburger bowl. And if you don't like take out or weigh out the beef yourself or the chicken yourself from these meals, you're doing yourself a disservice because I can personally say, and I have done this with three different meal prep companies. I have zeroed out my Tupperware on a scale and I have dumped the meal, identical meals. Let's just say it was the cheeseburger bowl, right? It wasn't, but I don't want to call out any specific companies. You take a cheeseburger bowl, I dumped it out on my zeroed out scale, and it was 5.9 ounces total. I did
mhm,
another one, it was 6.3 ounces total. I'm like, where's this 0.4 ounce difference coming from? Is it more
yeah,
cheese? Is it more sauce? Is it more? You don't know what more macros you're
yeah.
getting. Like you don't know where it's
Also,
going to.
isn't there a
So
thing that you can companies have a 20% like leeway on
yes,
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's just for
Which
specifics in store or if that's
yeah, I
like
don't know, but
everything.
I'm
But
not saying, yeah, I'm not saying that the companies are like doing this on purpose, so
no,
they're doing it wrong. But like being an athlete, if you're within 16 weeks of a show, like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're just trusting a label.
yeah,
So
I agree. I agree. And the thing is also like prep is also about efficiency, yes, but like if you then have to order a meal prep and then have to weigh it and then stress about things, is that actually easier? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? So you may as
exactly.
well probably just make it
Yep.
nice and simple for you and it'd be way easier. What is that?
That would be dogs. Hang on.
Oh, I was like, whoa. Yeah, so I feel like I do trust them. And I think in off season, if it's consistent, so if you're having the same meal every single time, body's consistent, a few pounds here and there or a few extra calories here and there in an off season isn't going to hurt you. But like you said, in a prep, it would probably be more efficient if you just stuck to weighing things and knowing for yourself, because then also it helps your coach know what you're actually
Yeah.
having. And that goes with
100%.
sources as well.
Yeah.
Like having
Yeah.
sources, having extras, like all these little things your coach will need to know, like if that's an extra.
Yeah. To
So
summarize
yeah.
that for everyone, what I would do is if you're someone that likes to pay the money for meal prep, which a lot of people do, um order those like fun meal preps, like the cheeseburger bowls, the quesadillas, the muffins, the god, all these companies have everything. There's so many different ones. Order those in your off season and you can be
Yeah.
5 carbs off, you can be 3 fats off. When you're 16 weeks out of a show, if you like meal prep companies, order the a la carte options.
Yeah.
Order the chicken in bulk, order the beef in bulk, order your rice in bulk, and weigh it out yourself from there. That's the
Hmm.
most like beneficial way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree. One more question, because we may as well go through the questions now and then we'll do
Yeah, knock
the
them out now and finish
nationals.
up with nationals. This was a good one. Thoughts on posing coaches who are also prep coaches, or people using in-person trainers that are also coaches?
Oh, that's very specific to us. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that came over into, yeah. I mean, we're
Yeah.
not coaches, so it doesn't
Yeah.
affect us. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's asking us, like, have you seen the posing coaches that also take prep clients? Like, are you worried about them?
Yeah. I
I don't.
think I think me personally, so like when I used to do coaching, like I did coaching first, like online coaching on the side, like
Mm,
as the main online thing that I did. And then I started to get more posing clients. And that's what I made the decision to go, okay, which one do I prefer to do more? Like which one do
yeah,
I want to kind of like dip into more? And it was posing. But
yeah,
I think what I found was when I did let that go, I had a little bit more trust from clients because it was a case of sorry, not from clients, from coaches, because it was a case of I know you're not going to take my client. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I don't have any like opinion on it in terms of like, because they can be, you can be a posing coach and you can be an online coach. Like that's fine. Like it's not to not trust them. Like if you're a customer, for example, and you're looking for a posing coach, like it's not a bad thing to go with someone that
Yes.
is also an online coach, because then you also probably know, okay, they know what they're looking for. Like, you know, like
Hmm.
they've brought in girls before. It's not just a
Yeah.
case of tweaking my posing, but they know what my body needs to kind of like look like to then pose me for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then also equally, I will say, like, try not, which I, again, this isn't saying that they will do this. This is just a case of if they do this, try and not allow their opinions, because they could then be like, oh, I think you
Yes.
need to be leaner. I think you need to be this. Once you start getting those
100%.
opinions in your head,
Yeah.
especially from then your posing coach, then you got also got to trust your online coach. That then becomes very tough, because then you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
well, my coach is bringing me in like this. So what do I do? Like, I don't know what I need to do
Mhm.
in that situation, because I've had that before where my clients have also asked me body wise, what do I look like? And I'm like, I'm going to give you my opinion, but you need to listen to your coach. Like, this is what you need to listen to your coach. You can raise these concerns that I think potentially. So, for example, if a girl goes, do you think I'm too lean? I would say, I think you're a little bit conditioned in this area. Take that to your coach and see what they do with it. Like, if
Yeah.
that's the case, communication is so much better, like with your
Yes.
coach, and they also know what they're doing. Like, you hide them for a reason. So it's hard when outside opinions come out and you're like, wait, is this is ruining my perception of what I feel like I need to do now. Then
Yep.
it double backs you on like what you think your coach is capable, or how your coach is capable of bringing you
Yeah.
in. And it severs the trust. So I
Yeah.
think if they give you an unannounced an opinion, try and yeah, like if you want to take it in, fine, take it to your coach, but don't like let it sit in you and be like, oh, I'm too lean. Like, because you
Yeah.
might not be. That's one opinion that they've given you. Um, and I would
I'm a lot more harsh than you are, my opinion
yeah,
on this.
I would say personally also as well, like if you ask your posing coach like what you think, like be prepared to then like no, obviously be okay with that opinion. And again,
Yes, if you
like we
ask for
said,
sure. Yeah.
like I said, like if you're getting that opinion from them, like be okay with what they say as well. And again, always take it to a coach if you need to. But I think it's so hard when there's two opinions. I do think it's
Yeah.
tough, and especially if they're an online coach, I do think that will probably come out more. I
Yep.
try not. I focus yes on the body, and I say like this, and I'll specifically be specific with obviously how they look, but I try and not mention like, oh, you're too much of this or you're too much of that because I don't want to
Hmm.
get into their head. That's not my job. My job is
Yeah.
to pose them correctly to the criteria, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's my opinion on it. What's yours?
I have the I have the same
I think
type of
yours is harder
opinion.
because you're training. So
Well,
like
I'm gonna I
you're
could speak
actually
on
physically
I
changing
want
their
to like
body.
speaking on all of it though, like everything, like the my perception of that or my view on that is if you're not the prep coach, just stay in your lane. I had to, so example, this happened last week, like 3 days ago. I had to tell an athlete. So on my end of things, I feel like I might collaborate with the prep coaches more than most
Yeah.
posing coaches do. So a good handful of the athletes I work with, I have a WhatsApp group chat with their coach. And we
Hmm.
talk to each other, we run things by each other, like we collaborate. Sometimes I don't talk to the coach at all about the athlete. And they're just like, yep, I trust Corey. He knows what he's doing, he knows what he's looking at, blah, 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 have at it. And then I ask for updates like when's prep starting, stuff like that, so that I
Hmm.
can stay in the loop that way. Um, but anytime that there isn't a coach involved in a group chat, I'm never going to like be like, yeah, we need you a little leaner. We need this. Like, I'm not the one directing that. I am the one
Yep.
growing the shape. I am
Yep.
dictating the exercises, the frequency, the training side of it. So this happened a few days ago. I have an athlete that I train who I've trained for a long time. We have a good relationship, and it gets to that point where she's on her third coach now in 2.5 years of us being together. And so it's one of those where she asks me, like, hey, who should I go to? Like, who do you refer me to? And she goes with them. And so now she went to a new posing coach just to try someone out.
Hmm.
Very first session, this posing coach is going, yeah, you're 7 weeks out. Are you sure you don't want to push that to like 10 weeks out? Because I think you should be a little bit leaner right now. Like I think your shoulders like are good, but your glutes aren't coming in very quick. Like giving her comments like that. She told me this instead, like not her coach right away. She told me this from like a more of a friend perspective. And I told
Hmm.
her, I said, you're gonna go to this posing coach. You're done
Hmm.
with this one. Ghost them. Don't talk to them again. Like you don't,
Yeah.
unless you bought packages and you want to like get a refund or just eat your money, whatever. But it was a one-off session. You don't ever need to talk to them again. I told her like, do not use them. I'm like, if you want to tell the prep coach what happens, that they can be wary of this as well and not refer people to them because this was your experience, by all means. But you don't have to do that. I'm like, if on my opinion, I'm letting you know I would not use this person anymore. Here's a list of the people I do trust. And yeah, so they just wanted to try this person who was a newer pro, and that's the direction that it went, like mid 30-minute session on FaceTime together. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's, you don't cross that line, because even if you think that, or even if you're right,
It's not your
it,
job.
it's not your job. It's
She's
just
hired
not.
you
They
as a
hire.
posing coach, and
Yes.
that's the thing. I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing I think in terms of where the lines get blurred is can the posing coach decipher their online coaching like eyes as well?
Yep.
So like yes, they've hired you for posing, and that's what you need to give them. And even if they are far away, even if you're like, I don't think they're even ready, I personally feel like you should unless they ask, you shouldn't say, yeah, you're not. I think you're way too far off. Like
Yep.
you're really far away or anything like that. I just don't. I personally don't because that's not your job. I think when
Yeah.
it comes to criteria picking, for example, so like obviously I have a lot of girls that are going, should I do bikini or fit model or anything like that? If I see someone with the potential, or potentially could be fit model, or potentially could be bikini, I'd be like, have you tried out the front pose? Have you tried it out? Do you want to try it? I can show you what it looks like, and we can kind of obviously maybe have a look. That's the as far as I'll go with it.
Yeah.
But I'll never be like, yeah, you're way too
Yeah.
lean, or unless they
I
ask.
It's funny to put it this way, but I feel like it's like relationship 101. Like you when you're in a relationship with someone, if you get upset about something, you don't bring it up or argue in public.
Yeah.
You don't put them in that situation. So it would be if the coach or the posing coach and trainer, someone has a relationship with each other in some way, go talk to the prep coach about it. If you're the posing coach and you have a
Yeah.
concern, leave the athlete out of it so that they don't get anything mixed up in their mind, so that they're
Yeah.
not like, wait, my posing coach said I look like this, but my prep coach is telling me this. Like, if you have that much of a concern as a or as a posing coach or a trainer, and you're looking at this person you're working with and you're like, oh, I don't like this at all. Like, I think they're going to
Mm.
embarrass themselves, or I don't like this. Go to the prep coach and talk to them. Like, you can have that professional relationship where you're
Yeah.
like, hey man, I'm working with so and so, and she was asking me some questions about like how she's looking, and I let her know, hey, that's not my lane. Like, talk to your prep coach about that. I don't know what he's having you do, but I'm letting you know this is what I saw in the session. Like, what do you think? And you go and talk to
Yeah.
them offline. You don't do it with or in front of the athlete, because if it's a difference in opinion, you're going to make the athlete question one of you, and it's going to
Yeah.
make the prep that much worse. So
Yeah, and then it takes that into the rest of it's so hard because yes, the whole point of all of this for both of us, like as an online coach or opposing coach, is to make the athlete better. So it is very difficult when one of them don't agree. And I have been in
yeah,
that situation before when I've been like, oh, she's asked, like one of my clients has asked me, like, what do you think? And I'm like, this is what I think. Take this to your coach though, and
mm-hmm.
like speak about it and see what happens. And then she's been like, yeah, do you know what? Like I'm gonna push back and I'm not gonna do the show. And that was only purely because she was like, I'm exhausted and I still have a very far way to go. And I'm like, however many weeks out. And she
yeah,
was kind of stressing her concerns. And I say, look, this is my opinion, and just communicate with your coach. And then she decided. And I
yeah,
think that is fine to have an actual like conversation, because I know, like I said,
mm-hmm.
my posing sessions sometimes can be posing sessions or therapy sessions. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
can pick and choose, but and that's what I like about like the relationship I have with my clients. If they have a concern, they feel like they can talk to me about it. But when it comes to that, it's difficult. I wouldn't
yeah,
unannounce my opinion personally.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Before
that's
we
not
go
my
into
lane.
national talk, I'll summarize all that with, if you are a posing coach or a trainer that is also a prep coach, which neither Phoebe and I are, like trainer, posing coach, that's it. But if you are someone who chooses to also be a prep coach or a lifestyle coach, or someone who maybe looked at like, okay, I'm watching you, like, are you going to try to steal my clients in your session? If you're one of those people, understand that you need to be the absolute best at the delineating line between, I'm a posing coach this session, I'm not talking to one of my prep clients.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
know that you're putting on the posing coach or trainer goggles, and that is all you're looking at is their physique and what your expertise is. I'm changing their posing to look like for this reason. Nothing to do with commenting on their body fat, nothing to do with asking what supplements they're taking or how much cardio are you doing. Like, you
Yeah.
don't need to know that stuff. So,
Mhm.
like, the second that you ask that, if that is in any way relayed to the prep coach can sit there and go, why is the posing coach asking my client in the posing session what PEDs they're taking? And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, guess what? You just lost every single client that prep coach could have sent you.
Yeah, because then the trust is gone.
Yep.
That's the hard part. I think that's difficult because then a lot of online the prep coach can't trust you to then not get into their athlete's head potentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just obviously yeah our opinions on that, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's a
It's
weird
not an opinion,
line.
it's a fact.
Yes. Whoa. Okay. It's hard though. It is hard though because ultimately you do want the athlete to be better, but you also
Oh,
want
yeah.
the athlete to have a good experience and not
100%.
feel like stressed and like having those
Yeah.
two, like sometimes having those two opinions. It's sometimes just better actually just being like, do you know what? Like let them be. They come to me for this service, so that's the service I'm going to give. You know,
Yeah.
if
You know
like
what's
you said,
funny?
Yeah.
A funny comment on that. I don't know if you know him. His name's Jay Lane. He's a really good coach that lives
No.
is out of Dallas, Texas. He's a classic physique pro.
Mm.
I train a lot of his athletes, and I was with him backstage at a show. He does posing coaching, and he's a prep coach. Okay, and we're backstage. One of the he had some prep clients in the show, and he had one posing client in the show. The posing client came up to him backstage. I'm standing with him, and he comes up to him. He just got his medal, and he goes, what would you change on my physique? Like, what could I have done better, man? And Jay looks at him and he goes, I pose you, ask your prep coach. And he looks at him again.
Uh,
He goes, what do you see though? Like, could I have been leaner? He's like, your posing was good. Ask your prep coach. And he
yeah,
just
that's
kept saying that to him. And I was like,
yeah.
that's a good answer right
That's
there. Like,
good.
that's
That
awesome.
is really good. Because again, even in that split moment, like he's just obviously come off stage.
Yeah.
If he was to be like, you need to get leaner, you need to be bigger, you need to do this,
Yeah.
his perception is already then, okay, I need to take that to my I'll take that to my coach
Yes.
because this
And
is
then he's
what
going to go
this
to his
person
coach and
said.
say, my posing coach told me I needed to be leaner. And the prep coach
Yeah.
goes, wait, what? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also like you've then got opinions of judges. So then you've got the
Yeah.
judges' feedback. So then you've
Oh,
got
yeah.
three different opinions
Watch,
that you
and they're
have to
all
try and
different sometimes, and you're like, well, fuck, like I'm lost as an
what
athlete
the fuck
now.
do I need to do? Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's so much easier and so much more streamlined to have just a full-on trust within that one person
Yep.
for specific things. Um, okay. So I've got one, two, three, four, five, six girls. Let me share my screen. So these are just the girls that we asked on Instagram for our obviously on our page. So if you don't follow us on Instagram already, have a look at our Instagram because we
You
ask
pose her,
obviously
right?
questions
I
stuff like
train her.
that. Yeah, I pose a lot. So okay, so this isn't me being biased, just to let you know, but I
I
do
train her
pose like
too.
half of
So
these
we didn't do
girls.
this
Yeah,
on purpose, guys.
I pose half of these girls, but obviously we put obviously a question box on your story, my story, and the podcast story, and these were the names that came up. So it's not like, hey, these are our posing and prep, prep clients or whatever.
Yep.
These literally came up. Riley,
She's so good.
incredible. Like
It's her first year competing, by the way,
I
when you
have
see these
I
photos.
had a posing session with her on Sunday, and I've got another one with her and her coach on Tuesday or today, technically. Um, and the difference, I don't know if she posted it. Because they showed a difference.
There you
Yeah,
go.
this is her now. Is
Crazy.
considering she's never like this is her first year, second show
Yeah.
competing,
Second
first
show ever.
year. Yeah,
Won the overall at Southern Muscle in September.
yeah,
And the plan right after that was nationals. And yeah, she looks great. Like you can't
incredible.
be any better than this. Like going into your first national show, let alone your first year ever competing. So
Literally. I said to her before, like when I had the session with her, I was like, like honestly, the only thing now that you need to do is literally just go up there. Like you don't, there's like you
yeah,
don't need to like from a posing perspective, I was like, you don't need to change it because we go through things and I'm like, her posing is great. Like considering she's never stepped on stage before, she's got great flow, like moves very well. I was like, there's nothing that I can see right now. It will be a case of you, like, what do you look like next to everyone else? Because you
yeah,
look incredible by yourself. So it's just a case of getting up there, getting the feedback, and then just going into whatever season, like obviously improvement season, stuff like that, moving forwards. Like she's only going to get better with time because she already
yep.
has great conditioning, great density.
Oh yeah.
She's just gonna keep excelling.
Yep.
I wanted to, I think, because they put up obviously a side by side. I think it's there a side by side of her first show versus her
Mm-hmm.
like
Where
now, like
she is
however
now.
many 2
Yeah.
weeks, and it was incredible. I don't know if she's
So
got it
good.
on her. We're
I think
having a
that's from the
proper.
first show. Oh, never mind. She
No,
started
it's
this
peak
weekend.
week. This is that was just her from any. I'm just like, I love having a little nosy. I love like this in this day and age now that like Instagram's like people just overshare. Instagram's
Mm-hmm.
like oversharer.
It's awesome.
Oh, there you
There
go.
it is. Crazy.
So this
Not even
same amount of
it's
weeks out.
everything. Like she's more conditioned. There's more muscle mass added. Like look at the front pose and the comparison to the
Mm,
actual volume of her delts and her like glute sweep in that front pose. Like the volume, the difference in the noticeability of the hamstring in that front pose and just
yeah,
the
it's
everything's
crazy.
very proper. It's really good.
105 days out in both. She's 126. Oh, she's
Holy
actually
shit, you
126
can do that?
pounds. Yeah. I've got very good eyesight. 126 pounds and 5 days out in both. I don't know if that is 126 pounds in both of those, but that's what it sounds like, which is wild.
Yeah, that kind of tells you little more muscle mass, little leaner. Like added a little bit
Yeah.
of muscle weight and got more conditioned, which is what you see here. If she's the same body weight, and it's that drastic of a look, like physique difference,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what happened. So
Because when was Southern Muscle?
end of September,
Yeah, so she's had a really good decent amount of
two and a
time to
half
obviously
months.
have
Yeah,
that. Yeah. That's also like being lean for a longer time. So she's obviously done the show. She's stayed lean whilst also then growing, which is cool. So yeah, that's very good.
who else we got? Lauren
We've got
Wacky.
Lauren. I just did a posing session with her not too long ago. Um, she looks incredible.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any actual
yeah. I looked earlier and I
front
clicked some
pose.
stories and oh, I wasn't able to find like big time posing shots, but
She's got good, like overall a really nice look
yeah,
to her. So I'm excited to kind of see what she looks like, obviously, then up on stage and stuff. And I think this is this her first year competing as well?
I'm not positive.
I think it is. I think she told me it is because Amy's her coach. So
Okay.
so Amy's been coaching her, I think, since this year, I think, or last year or something like that.
I have a
Um,
couple athletes that I trained from Amy, and she has a good roster.
Good
She's got some
roster.
good
Yeah, she
clients.
does.
Yeah,
She's some really good clients. Um, Good back shot as well.
I saw this. This is one of the ones I saw where I was kind of like seeing how she looks on stage. Yeah, she looks great.
She poses very well as well. Obviously, in our posing session, there wasn't much we changed posing wise. It was mainly what I have noticed a lot of the times with a lot of girls going to nationals for amateurs is they're trying to do too much and like pose and do more. So like do the more advanced
Mm,
poses and do the more
yeah,
advanced transitions. And don't get me wrong, that's great, but I do think that that then takes away from the physique. So we kind of
yeah,
simplified it way more. And I was like, this looks so much better. And she was like, yeah, it really does. Like, so I think any tips that anyone that is obviously listening to this on going into nationals or anything like that, try or just in general, like going into amateur seasons and stuff, not more is better, less is sometimes better. Like we've said this before, and I think it is a bodybuilding show. We need to make sure that we're showing off the body. And it's not like just about the flow. It is obviously a large portion, but like that's it can't overthrow the physique, you know?
yeah. The more that you do, the more that you walk, the more that you transition, the more that you spin, the more that you bring your arms out, the more flaws the judges can try to
Yeah,
find. So,
yeah. Yeah, and that's the hard part about it, especially as amateurs, because I know there's amateurs that they're like I want to show off more, I want to do more, but like they've got that limit. And I'm like, that's the then like what's the cherry on top of the cake then when you get pro. So
yeah,
you work as an amateur with this restriction that you have of the however long the time limit is, 15 seconds, let's
mhm,
say. And then when you get pro, it's even better because you can show off more. So
yeah,
don't yes, you want to act like a pro as amateur, but like hit the criteria for what it is amateur. So then pro will taste like so good, so much better. Do you know what I mean? When you then
yeah,
have the time to actually show off your physique more.
100%.
Um, so it's like don't run before you can
Oh,
walk.
Kaylin. Yep. She's a friend of mine. I
Um,
don't train her, but she's a friend.
I
She looks
post her as
awesome.
well.
Yeah, she looks
Um,
awesome.
she
Her
looks
boyfriend's competing in it too. They both look
so.
incredible.
I thought he was pro.
Nuh-uh. He's competing this weekend. He's missed it twice and gotten second place.
Oh my God, I thought, sorry, we're now going into his profile. Do you know
John.
what I sometimes find that the thing gets? I thought he was pro for some reason. That's
No,
crazy.
he's missed it like two or three times by one placing. So
Oh, that's
yeah, he
so
looks great.
cool. Oh, imagine if they both get
Yep.
their pro cards.
That'd be awesome. That'd be the
That'd be
sickest photo.
so cool. That'd be so cool. Yeah, he does look really good as well. Now we're just, do you know what I find this is? Sometimes I find this is like just a little stalking podcast. When we go through
Hmm.
like on the profiles and stuff, I feel like I'm just stalking all these athletes. Like, let's see what they're getting up to.
How tall is Kaylin? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know, but like, how do you know how tall John is? Is John tall?
John's my height. So he's like I'm 6'1". I want to say he's like just shorter than me. He's gonna be in the tallest classic class for sure.
I
Yeah, he's
mean,
like at least
she must
5'11".
be tall-ish. Like, obviously, I know he's stooping down. he's sitting
Mhm.
down
Yeah.
into that leg.
Yeah.
But surely,
She looks like she'd be like a class C or D, like a 5'4", probably.
yeah,
If
she
I'm
doesn't look like a
judging based on
shorty.
that. Yeah.
She doesn't look like an A or a B, but I reckon, yeah, CDE, not tallest, but like
Okay.
in between, I reckon.
Yeah.
Which usually is like the busiest class I find. Like I
Yeah.
find that there's sometimes like there's again it ranges. Like sometimes national shows are massively stacked in like A and just all across the board. But sometimes
Mhm.
A class is really quiet and like the tallest class is quiet, and then it's like just the middle class that's like fucking rammed.
Yeah.
Um, but I always find that the tallest class is always the most rammed.
Yeah.
It's always the tall like the last class, always the tallest class that is like super rammed. Um, so there's actually quite a lot of tall girls that we more than we think. So um
I'm
where am I
excited to see
going?
her up there. She killed it in her overall win a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she looks incredible at that show. She looks
This is
very,
a
very
great look
good.
right here. This is great.
Yeah. I think what we were working on, because she obviously she specifically asked me, and I pointed it out, was making sure that obviously we have a bit more sit in that glute, so she can just fill up
Hmm.
that glute and stuff like that. In from a posing perspective, because she hits it sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, we've got that. And then sometimes it's like relaxing, and if I'm honest, sometimes that's a case of when you're relaxing the muscle like too much, you see that indentation because I get that sometimes as well,
Yeah.
especially when you're lean like that. So that's what we've been working on, and just overall flow. She changed a few of her little moves and stuff like that with her posing. So we've just been trying to make sure that we can highlight that. You can even see she's actually gotten leaner since her last show as well, three
Yeah,
weeks
definitely.
ago. From that photo to the other photo and stuff like that as well, which is cool. So yeah. And again, this is her first show. She's never
First
competed
national
before.
show.
So she was supposed she
Oh, this
yeah,
was her
first
first show, and this is her
as
first national show.
this
Yeah.
was yeah, this is her first show. They're the first national show. She was going to do wellness and then she switched to bikini. So we actually found it a little bit difficult at the beginning because she had quite a lot of wellness traits to her
Yeah.
posing and she couldn't get used to like getting
Mhm.
out of it. But now looking back on it, I'm like, oh, this is cool to kind
I
of like
mean, this
see
was the
this
best decision. She
progress.
looks fucking incredible. So,
Yeah, very, very good. And I think that I think at the beginning, like you could see here, that was a hard decision
oh
for her, I
yeah,
think, to make at the
there's
beginning.
some quad sweep and pop there. So yeah, for
I think
sure.
at the beginning she found it tough because she was like, "Oh, I feel it's similar aspects to like when girls go from bikini to fit model, they feel like they're
Mhm.
downgrading in a sense,
Yeah.
but like you're not downgrading anything. Like it's still a very very like both all classes are still very very good, but you just fit this physique more
Yeah.
potentially. So yeah, I think this is a good decision. She looks incredible.
Definitely.
This one, Ali Gray, someone pointed. Well, this was the one you sent over, wasn't it?
I did not send this one.
Oh, did you not?
Mm.
This was on the Sage Talk Instagram. Someone mentioned this. Ali Gray. Um, this was the girl. This I think she's doing nationals this weekend. So, and yeah, she looks great.
What does that
Is she
say?
doing
Oh,
nationals?
August to now. Great. This is really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Wow.
You can see
Yep.
like
She's
muscle
another one that's
mass.
barely missed it. Look at her caption: fourth place, second place, all at national shows.
Second place at North
So
Americans. Yeah.
she's right on the cusp as
You can
well.
see like that the density, the level and density is
Oh
crazy,
yeah,
like in her
this is a
glutes and
huge
stuff.
improvement. Yeah.
And also, I want to advocate her posing has changed. You can see that front foot. Oh, damn it. You can see the front foot. I don't think you can pause this, but because that foot is completely to the side, I think from what it looks like, she's trying to get as much fullness in her glute as possible, just having a foot profile. But you
Mhm.
can see that indentation. So now she's changed her foot, and obviously she's probably got built a lot more muscle. You can see that roundness more. So sometimes, honestly, when you're this close, like second, like getting second at North Americans, it sometimes could be down to posing. It could be down to like the smallest little things.
Yeah,
So
she's added some glute and she's changed her posing. So
yeah,
this is good. Now, for anyone ever wondering what a visual factor is when you look at someone's side by sides, she's wearing the same suit here. And when she
yeah.
turns to the back, look at the difference in how the fabric sits over her glutes. Because you can
Hmm.
tell right there, look at
You
how
can
much more it
tell.
sweeps over the top of the glute because of how much density she's put on. So it's yeah, this is a very big
That's also
improvement since
crazy.
August.
Like from August to December,
Yeah.
that is incredible. So yeah, that would be really cool to see. That would be cool to see the side by side from North Americans like front pose to like this front pose from stage perspective. That would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, massive good luck. Ali Gray. And then this was another girl that was mentioned.
Valentina. This is one of Chris's girls, Ludacris. Seen her
I'm not too
posted a couple
sure.
times.
We've got, oh, the grind is ugly. The results are preach to that girl. Um, this was her
Oh, there's that new business
last
photos in
show
there. That was
10
10
weeks
weeks ago.
ago. Oh, good shots.
She says in the caption she wasn't happy with how she looked here.
Okay. Yeah, overall wasn't happy. That was a different time.
That had to be a while back. That wasn't even NPC.
I think this is yeah, yeah. You got September, so this is September. We did it nationally
Okay.
qualified. Yeah. So I love going through all
There's a
everyone's
stage
photos. I'm
shot.
guessing that I'm
That's
guessing that's
good.
her. She got good
Yeah.
shape, like good overall
Yeah.
shape and stuff like
Good
that.
muscle too. She's got a lot of muscle to her.
I wonder what she'll change or what she has changed from this show to going
Yeah.
into nationals. That'll be again cool to
Click
see.
through her stories.
Oh, you got this as well.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
That's a really good transformation.
That's really good. Really good.
What's the difference in that? You've got 143 pounds to 119, but what's the time scale?
11 months says at the very top there of the on the
Oh
banner.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't have much transformation. Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
good. That's really
Yeah.
good. You can
Yeah.
see the shape really nicely. Like you can see, obviously, from here, you see that shape nicely, but then you can obviously see
Yeah.
that a lot more with the transformation and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like I said, I think it'll be cool to see her and what she's improved from the last show to first show to this show, because I think that's obviously not talked about enough. Like you see people that get nationally qualified, but they might not be happy with their physique
Yeah.
going into nationals that they got qualified with. Because how do you get when you get qualified for nationals? It's top
Top two.
five.
Top
Oh,
two.
top two. Okay, so top two, and they might not have been happy with that physique. So then, like mentally, that's quite hard sometimes going into nationals because you're like, well, I didn't
Yeah.
bring my best last time, so who's to say I'm going to bring my best this time? But again, this is where you then have the perspective and mindset of like, no, I'm going to do everything I can to improve and be at my best for nationals,
100%.
especially. So, because we only ever see people that get, you know, the last
Click
three
that one.
girls, this one.
Yeah.
The
This
last
is
three
recent.
girls that we've just seen, obviously, they all won overall and they all were happy
Yeah.
with their physiques and they're going into nationals. I'm sure there's things to change, but you're on such a high from having like overall placings. This is this to going into it. We don't really speak about people that potentially get second or like
Yeah.
get in a different way. And
Yep.
I think that's good that you keep going because I think
There's some
sometimes
people too that just simply aren't on the radar, or we don't know the progress they made, because a national qualification lasts the following calendar year. So you can
mm,
essentially take almost 2 years off between stage time and have
holy
your national
shit.
qualification. Like if you compete in January, like next month, if someone does the LA Fit Expo in January, they can do December nationals the following year.
Oh wow, I
23
didn't know
months,
that.
23 months later. You're qualified
Damn.
through the following calendar year. So there's a
Okay.
lot of time that people can take in between to completely change their physique.
That's really good. That I mean, that's
Mhm.
kind of cool though. Like, because you could be a completely different person from when you got qualified to then when you actually enter
Yeah.
nationals. But I think I've had it before where people have gotten qualified for nationals or for like a pro qualifier, and people are like, "Oh, I don't feel good enough like doing it." The thing is, you'll never know unless you actually get up there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the hard part. Like she could obviously, yeah, she wasn't happy and she got second or whatever. She could have been like, I'm not gonna do nationals. But then that like you'll never actually know. That's just your perception of what you think. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. If there's things that your coach specifically tells you and says, like, look, I think we do need to maybe have time to grow, or whatever, or do these things, but it's just your perception of like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough, so I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
That's leaving the unknown. Like you don't know what your potential or actually could have been. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is the
Yeah.
worst thing in bodybuilding. Like thinking like, oh, I could have done this. Like I mean, just in any aspects, like it sucks when you just think, oh, I could have done it, and I don't know if I was good enough or not.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Um,
always tell people just stack the show, because you don't know. One, it's a different judging panel than your regional show that you
mhm.
did. Your local Kansas City judges likely are not going to be on the panel for you at nationals. So you have different judges that maybe if you got second place for your national qualification, that panel, a different panel of judges might have given you first place there. And on top of
Hmm.
that, you just got to get top two in your class. So you can go and repeat that second place and still turn pro.
Yeah.
So just have at it.
Yeah, just give it a go. And also, I know obviously, maybe if it's like a money perspective or something like that, if people aren't like financially there, because obviously we all know competing is expensive. So we get that. But if your reasoning for not doing nationals is you don't think you're good enough, and if your coach is saying like, no, you could do it, or like it's just your perception of it, just do it. If all the signs are there to do it and it's only you stopping you, just do it because you never
Yeah.
know your potential. And also, there might be things that you and your coach have missed that you need to work on that the judges then see
Yeah.
when you go to nationals. And then last but not least, we've got
Annie.
Annie. I think there was one other person. I think I just didn't put her up. So I'm going to get her up in a second. Um,
Is there a
Annie.
side by side on here or a recent check in? She's done a lot in that. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Firstly, like the posing perspective, love. Like that front pose is hit so nicely here. And then just overall, obviously, yeah, you can see condition size, everything's changed. And that's a stage shot to
Yeah.
this. Is like, that's
Yeah.
so good.
I think she has some more up. I looked at her stories earlier. Maybe there's another
That's
great back
incredible.
pose difference. Yeah.
That's insane. And
Yeah.
that's not like, so people always sometimes, I know people sometimes like, make sure when you do side by sides, it needs to be exactly the same. This is a stage shot. And like, this is like her like controlling the lighting, but you can
Yeah.
physically see like all the
Yeah.
difference, like
And
every single
it's to
difference.
scale. A lot of times people mess with the scaling a little bit. This is the
Yeah.
same height to the same scale in the photo. So you're
Yeah.
seeing real changes here.
And again, how she hits the back pose as well. And do you know, again, this is my posing brain being like turned on. You can see like here in on the side, like when she's on stage, she's like trying to show off more of her physique. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
she's trying to flare the upper body more. She's leaning into the back pose a little bit more. Whereas now she's just in it. Cause
Yeah.
for again, and I don't know if I can't speak for her or anything like that, but when I felt for me personally, and then when I've had clients, when they pose like that, they are confident in their physique because they know
Mhm.
that their physique is doing the work versus, oh, I need to manipulate and push into it or flare into it more because I know I need to more conditioning in my glutes or I need to show off more in my front pose and stuff. And like that, you can tell that you're actually confident going into a show when things are like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that's cool to see. Really cool to see. Um,
The importance of posing, guys.
Yeah, the importance of posing and just the importance of actually being like fully like happy and like with your physique. Like you can, it
Yeah.
showcases in your posing and stuff like that as well. Like you can see like smart, like it's so silly, but like these are things that I look at like smiling. Like they're
Yeah.
both checking photos, but she's smiling in the left, like in the right one. Do you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it's just like, yeah. Um, yeah, she looks incredible. Really, really good differences.
Yeah, and this black and white isn't showing how her check-ins look at all.
Yeah, she's hiding
I
the
wish that
the
she,
the the
yeah,
the
there's
colors.
her glutes look wild in comparison to even that black and white photo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for her.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna
She's
be a good
gotten
showing.
she's another one that's second, and fourth, I believe, this year at pro qualifiers. She got second
Hmm.
place at North Americans, missed it by one spot. So she's another one that's right on the cusp of turning pro.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then we've got one other girl that you mentioned to me. Two people mentioned to me as well, but we didn't go through. And then I also had a posing session with her Sunday. Um, and she's another one who so I actually thought she was a first timer, but from what it sounds like, she's competed in 2023. So she's taken obviously a long time off to just grow, which I love that people are just taking more time off, one for themselves, but like actually just like
Who is this?
improving.
Scroll up.
Diana.
Okay. Yeah, I think this hit my question box.
So I think this was the three
That's a
years ago.
those glutes are crazy. That's a really
Three
good
years
back
ago
pose.
to now, that's a pretty impressive.
10 days out. She's in a good spot for 10 days out.
Yeah. So she looks really, really like she's got very like I love her shape. Her
Mhm.
shape, like she's got that really nice, like she's got a very like pretty physique. Like she's very like it's not too much of anything, but it all flows well. Like very similar to like what Maureen is. Like
Yeah.
it's not too much conditioning or too much this or too much that. It's like enough for each
Yeah.
areas, I believe. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to kind of see her backstage.
This is
Feels,
awesome.
actual feels. Yeah, it's cool.
That go
I'm
back to
excited
that
to see
fridge. Go
her.
back to her fridge. I'm totally gonna judge right now. I want to
Oh,
see
you
what was in her fridge right there. I saw just energy drinks galore on one shelf, and I love it. There
yeah,
we
that is a
go. Okay, she's
proper
got the
bodybuilder
Ghost, the
fridge.
Monster, the Red Bulls, the door that has the sugar-free syrups and egg whites in it, all the meal prep containers. I love
That's
it.
that's the
I
prep
love it.
dreams. That's
Yep,
the fridge of
that's
prep
great.
dreams. That's so funny. But yeah,
That makes
I think
OCD
she'll
happy.
be she'll be a good competitor up there. She got
Yeah,
mentioned
looks
quite a few
great.
times as well. Oh, look, another fridge shot.
Oh,
That's
there we go.
so
Another fish
aesthetically
shot.
pleasing.
It is. It is. Yeah, the eggs all piled up in the top corner, like everything's perfect. Oh,
Literally.
their pantry's perfect too, of course. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All the cream of
Wow.
rice just like in the exact same like order, like an inch back from the edge of the shelf.
I
Like
love
it's
that.
great.
I actually love that.
That's
That's
awesome.
my
She looks good.
fave.
She looks really
Yeah,
good.
she looks really good. Yeah, so she'll be a good one. Again, she was another one who we didn't change much when it came to posing. It was just a case of refinement, especially like
Mhm.
being her 5 days out. I'm not going to be like, yeah, we need to reconstruct everything. It's refinement, and it was just a case of okay, when you turn around to the front, we went through a lot of stamina because this is something I think a lot of competitors forget to do is stamina. They'll do
Yeah.
routine. Not saying she didn't, but we practiced that more. And I could see fatigue wise after a while, she was like changing a few things and like turning around and not showing this as much and all that type of thing. So it's making sure those things are also hit because ultimately, yeah, the routine's great, but like it's not the most important thing. Like
Mhm.
it's probably it's yes the first thing competitors practice the most, but it shouldn't be. It should be your front and backs like
Yeah, your
consistent rounds
mandatories.
should
Yeah.
be the main thing you practice. So,
Yep.
but yeah, so
It,
those are the
that happens for
girls.
everybody in every division. It's
Yeah.
all the 20-year-old classic physique competitors hitting their twisted back double. And it's like that's not even a mandatory shot, like
No,
let alone
it's not.
anything you're gonna do on stage except for 1 second in your routine. But that's all they post about on Instagram. So
You're like, guys, hit the mandatories, hit your front
right.
pose, hold for 10 seconds, hold for
Yeah.
more than 10 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
get used to holding for like a minute. Do you know what I mean? Especially for nationals. Like, especially nationals, the show, obviously, that show that's just gone this weekend had 800 competitors. I
That's
don't even
insane.
know how many is going to be in nationals. So,
Yeah. I
like,
mean, just
you got to
imagine like
practice it.
yeah, I mean that's because Kerrigan's from Texas, and that show was tech. That was like the big Texas show, and they do that every year right before Texas Nationals because it sets the tone like going into it. It's what a lot of people do to either warm up or get their qualification. And you had 800 people there. Like that's one show the
And it's
week before
regional.
Nationals.
There's not even for a
Regional.
pro card.
Imagine how big this weekend's going to be. It's a good thing that they split men and women at
Mhm.
Nationals. It's Friday and Saturday. So
Yeah, I think that's good that they did that as well. So
yeah.
yeah, so I think to anyone that is listening to this, if it's obviously I know this goes out on Thursday, so obviously it will be the one day out. Oh, question actually, what is your words of wisdom if anyone is listening to this at nationals, like before nationals, and they compete tomorrow? What is your words of wisdom for them?
Just look for me in the audience and I'll give you a thumbs up. um, no, like
Just look for the
no,
creepy guy, and he's
no,
just gonna be like this.
I don't even
Woo!
know. I'm just sitting there like this to
Yeah.
everybody. Like, um, I don't know if it's words of wisdom, but something to never do. Do not keep yourself up the night before the show, doom scrolling Instagram because you're trying to find out who you're
Oh,
competing against.
yeah.
Happens all the time. Who's in my class? Trying to find out how tall they are. You will work
Oh,
yourself
I remember
into
those
a ball
days.
of water. You will destroy your cortisol levels. You will not sleep that night, and it will destroy your look the next day. Go to bed. That's my words of
Yeah.
wisdom. Go to bed.
If you're
Right
listening
when
to
you
this and it's the evening, go to bed. Turn
yes,
us off right
if
now
it is
and go to
if
bed.
you are on Texas time right now and you are 12 hours out from your show, if it is past 7 p.m. on Thursday, go to bed. Like
That's such a dad
we
thing to say. Go to bed.
yeah,
Go to bed.
literally just go to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that's my words of
remember those
wisdom.
days as well. I remember those days and it's it's just no point. There's no point.
You
Like,
can change nothing. You can't change
yeah,
who shows up. Bring your best you. Know that you did all the work that you needed to leading into this show. You didn't cut corners. You did your cardio. You drank your water. You did everything your coach wanted you for peak week. You did the work. Now just go display it on stage.
yeah, that's all it
Nothing
comes down
else
to.
can change anything now.
Yeah,
So just go do
literally.
it.
Yeah, that's all that I completely approve that message because I think it's so difficult when you're so obsessed with anything but you and you can't kind of get out of that kind of time frame or that mindset, sorry. And it's that when you then get into the habit of doing that, you can't, it's not, it's easy to say, oh yeah, like switch off. You can't switch it off. So the best thing to do is not even bother. Like don't even concern yourself with it. Like don't even try.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. My thing would be don't move as much in your poses. So from a posing perspective, when you hit your pose, stay still. Because I had it a
Yeah.
lot where like people were like, I need to move more. So the judges notice me. They see you. They've seen you on stage. Hit your pose, hold it still. That's it. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, the more you move, the more tired you're going to get, especially because there's so many people like competing. There could be like 20 plus people in your class. Like, you don't want to be like moving around, fidgeting, and like that whole time. Then when you get to the front of the stage and like they want to see you, you're tired. Because we
Yeah.
forget that we're actually at our most depleted and most tired when we hit stage. Like, we're not our
Yeah.
strongest on stage. So like any little things that we do like over and over again, it's going to fatigue us. So you want to try and
Yep.
prepare yourself and leave yourself for the best shots and just showcase off your physique. Don't kind of try and do too much or try and move. Like, just stay still,
Yeah.
hit a shot. And if your physique is good enough, the judges will see. Unfortunately, that is the case. Like, you can't like I say cheat your way, but like window your way in to kind of be noticed. If you're that good, you'll be noticed already. So
Yeah. And hit your
yeah.
angles. If they
Oh
have like,
yeah.
if they got 8 people per call out, which they likely will, 8 to 10, depending on the size of the stage, like
Yeah.
you want the center 3 judges to see you. They're the main ones talking to each other, like talking to the head judge. Stuff gets passed down, of course, down the
Yeah.
entire panel, but the head judge is the one on the mic making their first call out. They
Mm-hmm.
want to see everyone. And if it is an 8 person first call out, and you stay your spot in line facing that judge that's on the far side of the table, what angle is that giving the head judge when they look at you? Give
Yeah.
yourself just a tiny little turn, little bit of a point towards the head judge, because everyone else will see you the same because they're right in front of you. The head judge needs to see that angle.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, I think that's always that's always something that I go through. We've obviously had peak week and stuff like that, posing wise. That's always something that we do because that's so important because the judges aren't going to tell you to move. And that
Yeah.
if they don't notice it or they can't see you, they're just going to be like, oh, I can't see her as much. Or
Yep.
that's what I can see. And that's it.
Yeah.
So they won't say number, whatever, please turn towards the judges more. Like, that's
Yeah.
your job to know where you need to angle yourself. Like, they're not going to concern themselves. They've got 800 plus people to look at. They're not going to say to every person, oh, you need to angle yourself better. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
those are our tips. And good luck for anyone that is at nationals. I'm excited to kind of see
Be
the
fun.
people who get pro cards or whoever even gets into the first call ups and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
But if you are obviously are watching and you're watching this after nationals and you've seen people that have then got their pro cards, comment down below so we can then review who got their pro cards in the next episode. Because that next episode will be our last episode. And then we're taking a week off at
Take
least.
like 2 weeks off, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll be back in
Christmas and
January.
New Year's week, and then we'll pick back up in January with
Hmm.
the full international schedule will be out by then as well. So we can our first one back can be like the whole show list and just talking about
Yeah.
stuff too. And
That
yeah,
would be
that'll be
good.
good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, comment down below anyone that you have that you want to see in terms of like obviously the pros, people that get the pro cards and stuff like that, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Next week will be a fun one before we go on a little break because we'll also have the Arnold list.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed
Yep.
they will
Fingers
have it.
crossed,
So
guys.
yeah. Right. We will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening.